What if I told you there are 5 exercises that could completely change your body, but almost nobody is doing them? I've spent years in the gym, and the most popular exercises are not always the most effective ones. There are movements that build serious strength, fix imbalances, and create the kind of athletic body most people are chasing, but they're being completely ignored. These aren't flashy. They're not all over your social media feed. And that's exactly why they work. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what these 5 exercises are and how to do them properly. Once you start adding these to your routine, you're going to wish you knew about them years ago. Let's jump into the first one. This exercise is a game changer for building strong quads without destroying your knees. It's called the reverse Nordic curl. If you've been doing squats and leg presses and your knees are always aching, this movement is going to feel like a revelation. The reverse Nordic curl works your quads through their full range of motion, but it doesn't load your knees at the most vulnerable position. Instead, it builds strength where your knees are safe, which means bigger, stronger quads without the joint pain. Here's how you do it. Kneel on a pad with your knees hip-width apart and your body in a straight line from knees to head. Slowly lean back, hinging only at the knees while keeping everything else tight. Your core should be engaged and your glutes firing. Go as far back as you can control, then pull yourself back up using your quads. The first time you try this, you might only go back a few inches, and that's fine. This exercise is brutal, but you'll get stronger fast. You can make it easier by holding on to something for support, or harder by holding a weight at your chest. If you want quads that look impressive and knees that don't hurt, start doing this today. Now let's talk about the second exercise, and this one is going to completely change how you build your back. It's called the ring row. Most gyms have rings, but they're usually just sitting there unused. That's a massive mistake, because ring rows are one of the best exercises for building a thick, strong back, along with solid biceps and core strength. Here's why rings are so effective. The instability forces every muscle in your upper body to work harder. You can't cheat the movement like you can on a machine. Your body has to stay tight and controlled the entire time. To do a ring row, set the rings at about waist height. Grab them with both hands and walk your feet forward until your body is at an angle. The more horizontal you are, the harder it gets. Keep your body straight, engage your core, and pull your chest up to the rings. Your elbows should pull back, not flare out. Squeeze your shoulder blades together at the top, then lower yourself back down with control. Every rep should feel deliberate and strong. If it's too hard, adjust your body angle to make it more vertical. As you get stronger, walk your feet forward to increase difficulty. Ring rows prepare your body for advanced movements like pull-ups. But even if you never do those, you'll build a back that looks powerful and athletic. Moving on to exercise number 3, and I'm almost certain you've never done this before. It's called the Copenhagen plank, and it's hands down the best exercise for building bulletproof hips and strong adductors. Your adductors are the inner thigh muscles that most people completely ignore. But weak adductors lead to hip pain, knee issues, and a higher risk of groin injuries. The Copenhagen plank fixes all of that while also destroying your core. Here's how it works. You'll need a bench about knee height. Lie on your side and place your top leg on the bench with your foot hooked over the edge. Your bottom leg should hover off the ground. Prop yourself up on your forearm and lift your hips so your body forms a straight line. Hold this position and you'll immediately feel your adductors working hard, your core firing, and your obliques engaged. Start by holding for 15 to 20 seconds per side and work up to 30 seconds or more. If it's too intense, place your bottom knee on the ground for support. As you get stronger, lift your bottom leg up to meet your top leg. The Copenhagen plank is a game changer for athletes, but even if you don't play sports, it's incredibly effective for keeping your hips healthy and mobile. Now, before we get to the last 2 exercises, I want to mention something. I created a complete program called the Full Body Reset that shows you exactly how to build these movements into a plan that actually works. It's designed for people who want real results, feel like they're 25 again, and live pain-free with newfound strength. If you're interested, there's a link in the description below. Alright, now exercise number 4. This one is seriously underrated for building explosive power. It's called the kettlebell clean. Not the swing, not the snatch, but the clean. This movement teaches you how to generate force from your hips and transfer it through your entire body. The kettlebell clean works your glutes, hamstrings, core, shoulders, and grip all at once. It builds the kind of power you can actually use in real life. Here's how you do it. Start with the kettlebell between your feet, shoulder width apart. Hinge at your hips, grab it with one hand, and pull it back between your legs like you're setting up for a swing. But instead of swinging it forward, explosively drive your hips forward and pull the kettlebell up close to your body. As it rises, keep your elbow tight to your ribs. At the top, the kettlebell should rest in the rack position at your shoulder with your forearm vertical. The motion should feel smooth and powerful. Most people muscle it up with their arm, but the real power comes from your hips. Think of it like a vertical jump. You're using explosive hip drive to launch the kettlebell up, and your arm just guides it into position. Once you get the hang of it, the kettlebell clean becomes addictive. Do sets of 5 to 8 reps per side, and you'll feel more explosive after just a few sessions. Finally, exercise number 5. It's called the overhead carry. You've probably heard of farmers' walks where you carry weights at your sides, but the overhead carry takes it to another level. This exercise builds incredible shoulder stability, core strength, and teaches your body how to stay tight under load. When you're holding weight overhead, your shoulders work constantly to keep it stable. Your core has to brace to prevent your back from arching. Your entire body has to coordinate to keep you balanced. To do an overhead carry, press a kettlebell or dumbbell overhead with one arm. Lock your elbow out completely and keep your shoulder packed down, not shrugged up by your ear. Your other arm can hang at your side. Now walk forward in a straight line, keeping your core tight and your body upright. Don't let yourself lean to one side or let your shoulder collapse. The weight should feel stable the entire time. Start with lighter weight than you think, because this is harder than it looks. Walk for 20 to 30 seconds, switch arms, and repeat. As you get stronger, increase the weight or distance. What I love about the overhead carry is that it exposes weaknesses fast. If one shoulder is weaker, you'll know immediately. If your core needs work, this will show you. And it fixes those weaknesses quickly. So there you have it, 5 underrated exercises that almost nobody does. The reverse Nordic curl for strong quads and healthy knees. Ring rows for a powerful back. The Copenhagen plank for bulletproof hips. The kettlebell clean for explosive power. And the overhead carry for shoulder stability and core strength. You don't need to do all of these in one workout. Pick 2 or 3 and add them to your routine twice a week. Focus on doing them correctly, not fast. These movements require control and patience, but the payoff is incredible. Most people will keep doing the same basic exercises wondering why they're not progressing, but you now have the exact blueprint for movements that build real strength. The only question is whether you're actually going to do them. If you found this helpful, share it with someone who needs to see it.